Thanks, Granny. It's a lot of fun. Let's see, where am I at? 25. So I put the head on this thing, and now I've got to like do the body. So it kind of ends up like this. You get the neck on it, and then you kind of got to go out this way, and that makes the body. And then you kind of stuff it as you go. So it'll be interesting to see how long. I think I want to make it a little longer than what the thing says, so we'll see. And here's some legs. I've got all 4 legs done. So I have to sew those on after I get the body completely done and then make a tail. But I think the body is going to take quite a long time. It's a 3 row thing to make this, they call it the first stitch. This is my tinker pal. To make the first stitch. So that's what I'm working on now. Well, that was really sweet of you, Bila. I appreciate you coming in. I just play it, like I say, just trying to start. I want to start doing lives and getting involved in helping people make some things. So Liz and I were talking about maybe putting together some tutorials and that we do online where everybody kind of works on it together. So I really appreciate that. Let's see here. So yeah, so this is what takes so long with this thing is you have to do these loops, and these loops make every row times 3. So every one of these loops is made of 10 chains, and then you single crochet it into the next loop. So it goes for a long time. You're so sweet. I so appreciate that. I've just decided to kind of do my own thing and just be around real positive folks. So here I am. So what are you guys working on? It's a long time until dinner time here. The sun's still shining pretty brightly, and I should have done some yard work today, but I didn't. I stayed in the house and worked on this thing and did some other things around that need to get done, and the day's almost gone. So hopefully the weekend will let me get some things going. Hey, Liz. I get weirded out knitting on camera or crocheting on camera. It's like I get all kind of jumpy. So I guess I just get used to it. Liz, I remember you telling me it's like you changed your bottom, and I can see why, but I didn't do that. So I guess I'm just going to do it the way it is on the pattern. I printed out the cow pattern so we can start working on that. And I put together a bag with all my cow stuff in it. So we'll be ready to go with that when Jackie's ready to do her live. So I hope you guys can jump over there and join in and make this cow. You guys can probably hear my dog having a bad dream. She's over there making all kinds of racket. I don't know what I'm printing. That cow thing should not be 100 pages long, but something's printing out of that thing. So what do you think, Liz? Do I make this thing kind of long-bodied or short-bodied? Kind of like the idea of going a little bigger on the body since it's such a big amigurumi. It's like ginormous. It's like the things you win at the fair. It's awkward to crochet like on the ground. Did you do any of yours longer bodied, or did you just go by the length that it said? I think later on I'll raise my chair up because I think it might make it a little bit easier. Oh, yeah, it's Tinkerbell. It's actually Tucker Budson. I don't know if you've ever seen that YouTube channel, but it's about this woman in Michigan, and she has this dog named Tucker, and he's ginormous. And she does the coolest videos with this dog. And then now she's got Tucker and Tucker's son. So Tucker's starting to look old though. So I bought this when she put out merch because my grandson and I just love watching Tucker. So it's like I paid way too much for this stupid little dog, but I don't care because we love Tucker. And if it helps Tucker, then life is good. I mean, what can go wrong when you got a golden retriever with you? Nothing. And it's impossible to be unhappy in the presence of a golden retriever. So you have all your stuff ready for the cow? Let me go see what that's printing. It's so bizarre. Oh my God. Don't print the cow pattern. You'll be sad because it's like 1,000,000 pages long. I think I'm on page. Oh my God, how long is this cow pattern? This cow pattern, oh my God, it's 45 pages long. Who bloody knew? Well, I don't know if I'm almost done, but I'm just working on the body. I've got everything done except for well, I still got to do all that blanket that goes on them and all that kind of stuff. So I'm doing the body. So, you can tell like I still got a ways to go because I just really started extending the body. So, and I've stuffed him up to the neck and just kind of smushing him so I don't want to make it so tight he looks like he's bloated, but I want it to be tight enough that it's not weak. I don't want it to be floppy either, so I don't know. I guess I can adjust that. I did pull some of the stuffing out of the head because I felt like I had the head too strong. But I crochet so bloody tight, it's sometimes hard to get into the stitches. I know. Is it bigger than yours? Because it looks ginormous, and I just went by the pattern, and I'm using a 3.75 needle, or hook, so I don't know. But it sure looks big. And it's going to be big because I got those big long feet for it to go on. Because I made the legs kind of longer than what the thing says. So we got to pick a time we're going to do that giraffe and get that on the schedule. Do you want to do that live, or how do you want to do that? Hey, Bonnie, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Hey, Kelly. I just decided I was just going to play around a little bit with my llama before we went live tonight, and I wanted to make sure I had my camera all set up and the right kind of lighting because everything looks kind of cool on my end, but I put a warm light over top, but it still looks pretty cool. Bonnie, have you made some paper stuff lately? I have only made cards, and that's all I've done. I've been so invested in this amigurumi that's all I've done. I got a little obsessive to get it done. I should have been outside working in the yard, but here I am. So far it's taken, this was one of those super saver schemes, and it's taken everything but this. So I've got another super saver one, a big giant one, and then I've got a smaller one, a regular size scheme. So I think I'll be able to get by with the super saver and the regular sized one. And then I got to work on the blanket and the harness and all that kind of stuff. And I bought the colors that are on that pattern because I thought they were really cool. I liked your live today, Kelly. It was good. I think your lighting looks so good. Like I say, I think I've got to do something with my lighting. It just looks weird. Maybe it's the camera I'm using. I don't know. I could use my SLR, I suppose, if I wanted to. Charlotte, I'm excited to see you do that cow in white. I think that's going to be absolutely stunning. I was thinking about this thing. I think I might put some like beads on his blanket and his harness and stuff and jazz him up a little bit. It's for my 17-year-old granddaughter. She claimed it immediately, so she's getting it. And I think she's going to come and watch the live a little bit later. So that's kind of cool. She's very adult. She's not like a little girl. He went camping. Did he go with the boys? With the boy? I try not to camp. I said when I got out of the Marine Corps, I was never sleeping on the ground again unless I'm homeless, and that hasn't happened yet. You can see I'm the slowest crocheter in the world, but I do them really tight for some reason. So I hope if you're on here and you can go see that cow today, because I'm really excited about that cow. That was the cutest one I had seen patterns for anywhere. Oh, look at me. I'm at the end. Yay. So now that you got like those loops, then you got this back row that has like the back loop on it because you're only doing those first stitches in the front loop. And so you have this line of back loops, and then you do a single crochet in the back loop all the way around. And then the third stitch of the fur rows, which are 3, is a single crochet through both of the loops. Here we go. This one goes a whole lot faster because you're not chaining 10 every 5 minutes. I don't know how you made 3 of them, Liz. I give you credit. I suppose if I had 3 kids or had kids and they were asking for another one, I guess I'd do it. I'll just make sure nobody else sees this. I'm pretty slow, but you know, it's like I just like it to be real tight. I was just saying, Charlotte, I hope you didn't print out that cow pattern, because it's like over 40 pages and I hit it before I realized it. And once I got to like 30, I was like, well, I might as well let it go all the way. So I guess that means I can carry it with me somewhere if I wanted to and use it. I don't usually print stuff, but it's when you're on lives and stuff, it's kind of hard to flip back and forth like I usually do. I flip back and forth on my screen. I have a MacBook that I use, and it's mounted to the wall. And then I have an external monitor and keyboard and mouse and trackpad and all that kind of stuff for doing graphics, and it works pretty good. And then I put my camera on a big tripod I use for photography tonight just to make that work better, because sometimes it's just hard to mount that camera in the right position. Oh, you sweet Liz. I don't know if you saw my message, Liz, but I sent you a message. I don't know. It feels like you manhandle this thing to get something done on it. It's like you got to kind of like twist it and turn your arms funky ways and get it done. I wouldn't think that like you have this big gap in between that it wouldn't show, but it doesn't. Because if you look in between the rows, there's like these 2 rows in there, and you just can't tell. But so it's like 2 rows and then a fur row, but it's so thick with this worsted weight that it just kind of like fills in. And it's going to weigh like 1,000 pounds. Yeah, I think I'd download it. I don't think I would print it out unless you really wanted it. And I think I'm going with the medium size because it gives you like these different options. So I think that's what the one I'm going to go with is a medium size. And then I'm going to use that 3.75 hook, the same one, because that seemed to work real well when I did my test. I only did wet 1 foot, but because I didn't want to get ahead of everybody. It's still 70 degrees. It's pretty warm today. Hi, Suzanne. Sorry, I didn't see you come in. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. I just got to keep a watch on the clock. Let's see. So she comes on. Jackie will come on at what? Is it an hour from now? I think. I get confused sometimes. I just wait for it to pop up on my phone saying she's live and just be ready. If I got paid by the hour for this, it'd be an expensive llama. You did 3 weight on the that time. Hi, God's Desire. That makes sense. But it's like this one is horrendous weight. This is like a yak, like a woolly mammoth weight. But it does make it pretty, you know. I don't know. There's something kind of cool about it being real thick like that. The Aran weight. But I bet it would have been easier and quicker if I'd have done a lighter weight. That's why it's so big. You remember we were talking about why mine looks so big? Because of the yarn. That's all right. At least the Highland cow won't be so bad. And I'll just take pictures of it because then it'll go away. So I used to do these paint parties with kids, and okay, that makes sense. So I used to do these paint parties with kids and stuff, and I would come up with different paintings that I thought would be easy to teach. And I painted this really tall llama on a canvas, and I had it hanging in my studio. And she came over, my granddaughter, and took that straight away to her house. Can I have that? Of course. So she took it home, and then when she saw that I was making this, she of course jumped all over this and said this one had to be hers too. So I guess llamas are her thing. But she likes the cow one too, but she only gets one of these at a time. I've got lots of grandkids coming this summer, so I want to have this whole bunch of amigurumis made so that as they come, maybe they get to pick something they really like. I think that would be fun for them. See how thick that gets? So you got this like really nice full leg stitch now that you used the front and the back, and then the next row will go through both the front and the back loops. And then you go to the fur again. So it just goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you just kind of, it says how many rows to do, but I think I'm just going to do it as I feel like it looks proportional, and then I'll just stop wherever I feel like stopping and start decreasing. So what are you guys working on? I need to get back to knitting socks and doing all that other stuff too, but I've just got, you know, I find one thing I really like doing and I start to obsess over it. Tomorrow will be fun. Tomorrow I'm going with one of my good friends, and she wants to go make ceramics, and I'm going to help her. I signed up for the same beginner class she has, although I've had college level ceramics and done ceramic sculpture for years. But I think it would be fun just to do it with her and help her do it and feel good about it, and it'll be awesome. I have 2 kilns, well actually I have 3, but I have 2 for ceramics in the garage. And when we moved into this house, I just never set them back up. So I don't know if I want to get back into that kind of thing or not, because it takes a lot of time and it's messy, and I don't know, maybe I'd do it if I taught. Maybe I could get people together and teach, but that would be the only way I'd do it. Yeah, just let them come over, Granny or Charlotte. Just let them come over and have a bunch of them that you think you know they would kind of dig, and then let them pick something. I think that would be really special for them, and they get to go. And then I was thinking another thing would be really cool is, you know how you can get those dog tags made at like the pet store? Maybe let them name it and then take them to the pet store and let them do one of those machine labels and maybe put a tag on it so it has its name on it or their name or something. I think that would be really fun for them. So I'll have to ask Anna later what she wants to name this one. I named it Liz, but maybe I'll make her keep it Liz because it should be Liz. I named it Liz because the pattern came from Liz, and I watched her make so many of them, and I loved them, and so that's why I named it Liz the Llama, and it has a ring to it. Uh-oh. Are you on the, you mean on the foot? It's kind of like on that foot, what I did was I just kind of made it, it starts out being kind of oblong and then it goes into the round. So I think it's so that you can put that little line in it so it looks like a hoof. I'll tell you what I do when the patterns are like kind of weird. I look at the picture and then I kind of improvise because sometimes I'll take it out and do it over and over again when it's something really specific like a sock, but when it's not wearable and the stitches aren't quite as or they're a little more forgiving, I'll just kind of do my own thing and make it look like that and give it a shot. And if it doesn't work out, then I can take it back out. But it usually works out on these kind of things. I know I did that on that tanner. And the only thing I would do different on that tanner is that I would have made the frill a lot fluffier because I like how Jackie's turned out. And I think, I don't know what I did wrong, but it just seems like mine's a little less generous than hers is. It doesn't have the frill to it, the folds that hers does. I remember you made that snake. I saw some really cool snake patterns on Etsy. Maybe I'll make a snake too. Uh-oh, sorry about that. My killer golden protecting my life from the Amazon guy. I swear if somebody broke in here, she'd lick them to death. She acts like she's all big and scary. No snake. You don't want any snakes? Are you scared of snakes or you just don't like them? I don't mind them as long as they're not like surprising me. If they're on me, I'm not real keen about it. Or sometimes if I see one out when I'm riding my bike, it's like, you know, it kind of startles you when you hear them rattle or something. But then I usually get off my bike and look at them and watch them so I don't nobody run over them. Just watch them get off the trail so they don't get hurt. Because they're out there doing snake things and they serve a purpose. We saw some good ones. On my YouTube channel, I put a picture of that snake. I think I put it up there. Is Nightbot on here? I didn't think it was on here. Oh, yeah, I think you mean on yours because I don't think I've put it up here. I might do that. I just haven't done it yet. I think I set it up, but I just haven't done it. That realistic octopus, I saw some really cool ones too. When I had my gallery in Laguna Beach, my mascot was a octopus. It was a big Pacific orange octopus. And I still have the sign out in the garage with it in there. I had one of those like foam signs carved and everything, and just didn't have the heart to throw it away when I sold my business. Nightbot is a nerd. I'm a nerd too. I get told that often. But yeah, it'd be cool if you could tell Nightbot to say what you wanted it to say. That'd be a lot more fun. There has to be some kind of version of that out there somewhere where you can make it a little more funny. tired of that one song. You know, if you use StreamYard, what's really cool is I've been making videos for a long time, and a lot of times I put the videos to music when they're like long bike rides and things like that. But there's like some different kinds of music, and yeah, you have to pay for it. It's not royalty free, but there are ways to add music into it, and that same music can be added to this, which is really awesome. So is Nightbot showing up? Is that what you're saying, Liz? I didn't know it would do that. Yeah, it was menacing. That's for sure. We just want you to leave them alone. That's what I tell everybody. Just leave them alone. They're doing their thing. Keeping all the rodent population down. They're good. They don't want nothing to do with us. I've been lucky I haven't been bit, though. Like I say, I don't want one on me, but I don't mind looking at it from afar to where it can't jump and get on me, and I'm fine. When they're in, like, we go, my friend and I, we go see all kinds of stuff. We just went to see all those fennec foxes and animals and stuff. And a few weeks ago, we went into town and they had those lorikeets, and we got to play with them and let them land on us and eat nectar out of our hands and all that kind of stuff. They also like bring in a lot of reptiles too, and in that case, I can handle it. I can touch them and I can be okay with it because I just feel like those are the ones that aren't going to jump up and get you. They're really calm and they're used to being handled, so it doesn't bother me too bad. But I like the mammals a little better for sure. Now I'm back on that first itch again. Let's see what time is it. I'll go a little bit longer now. I'll get off and get ready. Sorry if you can hear my grandson. He's in there playing online with his friends and they're doing their thing. He's had a hard day of testing today, so I just kind of let him relax this afternoon. Hi, Ariel. How are you? So let's see. What are we going to do? We're talking about doing some group projects. I know Jackie's on Fridays and doing one, and I know Liz and I were talking about some other real simple ones that we were thinking about putting together. And I got some ideas around that, but I think it would be kind of fun to make some more simple ones and get more people involved in it, and even some things that maybe younger crocheters could learn to do. That would be kind of cool. One of these days, I'm going to try a knitted amigurumi because I've seen those patterns out there too. Because crochet is okay, I like it, but it's like I haven't done it in like a decade probably, and just started doing it again. So it's tough on the hands. I'll tell you what. Oh my God, I need to turn that thing off, don't I? Because it looks like it's going crazy. What? I think that the bot thing terminated Liz, and I don't know how to turn the stupid thing off. I didn't even realize it was on there. Let me see if I can get over here and get back into it. Oh my goodness. Just bear with me as I learn how to do this stuff. It's like craziness. I had no idea that it would do that. So I think I turned it off, Liz. Goodness. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Let me go back over here. Yeah, Nightbot's messing with the wrong person. I think I turned it off. If not, I'm going to delete it till I learn how to control this thing because I will not let the machines take over. They don't know. They don't mess with the Liz. I don't like that. It just takes a while to learn how to do all this stuff. So I had it all set up, but it's just like I just haven't done it enough. But I'll get there, and hopefully, I can kill it. It's tough on the hands. Had to give my hands a week-long break. Yeah, it's tough on the hands. And then we're gardening on top of that. So when you're gardening, and it's like my hands look like they've been through the war. Plus, I'm getting these old hands with arthritis in them, which is a bummer, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? I'm going to take some ibuprofen, and I'm just going to keep on doing what I do, is what I'm going to do. You guys don't see Nightbot anymore, I hope. There has to be tolerances to set up on that stupid thing to where it doesn't kill people off. This is the one that takes so long because you have to do 10 on the chain and then just on the front loop. This is a free pattern, by the way. It's on Yarnspirations, and if you just look up No Drama Llama and on Google, it'll show up and you can make one. So it's kind of cool that it's such a kind of a complicated, it's complicated but not complicated pattern. It's a big one to do, but it's free, which is kind of cool. I'm going to try to put together a list of some really cool free um, sites that have some really good patterns. So if you know any, feel free to drop me a note or something. I'm on, I just did that backwards. I'm on, you can find me on Renee Unraveled at Instagram. So that's where I put all my kind of creative endeavors, whether it be, and I guess I'll probably put other stuff on there too, because I'm hoping to start painting again. I'm a trained oil painter. I've been an oil painter for, I don't know, just what, 45 years maybe. But I kind of lost my mojo, and I don't know why. I kind of stopped. I think it had to do with having to teach my grandson homeschool, and I think it was just not enough energy left in the end of the day to pick up a paintbrush and be able to think coherently. I think I used all my brain cells. Yeah, that's probably true. My hands hurt like when I do a lot of things. It's not as bad as it used to be, but they still hurt sometimes. I don't honestly sometimes I don't think I feel pain like people feel pain because when I broke my shoulder, I didn't know I broke it. I fell off a bridge and landed in a creek bed on my bicycle. And I didn't think it was broken. I thought it was just out of socket. And then I got home and I was like, well, I'll go to the hospital, but I want to take a shower first because I'm all muddy. And then I took a shower and went in, and sure enough, I had a broken shoulder. And then another time, I didn't think I broke my knee, and I did. And then what else have I broken? I broke my fingers. I broke my toes. It's like, it's like ridiculous. I just say, if I'm not breaking something, I'm not trying hard enough. I don't know if you've ever seen my videos. It's like, this is kind of something I'm new at making videos on because most of my videos are about our mountain biking adventures. We travel around and do all kinds of fun stuff with our grandkids, like zip lining and mountain biking and scuba diving and all this kind of stuff. Of course, it's funny because I think my grandkids think that all grandparents do this stuff. And I don't think they do. I know my grandmother didn't. So now the boy who's 13 wants to go bungee jumping. That's where I've drawn the line. I said, your uncle does that, but I'm not doing that. Liz said, don't worry, just keep crocheting. She'll be on a little bit later, so I'll have to figure out. Hopefully, that nightbot's gone until I figure out how to get it under control. So if anybody wants to come out and do some bungee jumping, I'll let you go in my place. Oh, it's going to be on Jackie's channel. It's uh, hand was it handcraft by Jacqueline, JACQULINE, or J. I gotta look at that again. Anyway, Charlotte knows; she can tell us. But she's going to go live and do the cow. So I think a lot of us. Yeah, I'll fix it. Tell you what I'll do when I close this thing out here in a bit. I'll put like where we're going to be in the comments, and you can just look in there and and get to Jackie's channel. I'll fix this up where I can drop links and stuff at some point. I just am not there yet. Oh, cool. Yeah, we did a tanner, like a triceratops, and it turned out so cute. Really, really enjoyed doing that. And then it kind of made me like know that I like doing group projects. I'll show you the tanner. And everybody's tanner turned out a little different. So here's mine, and they have the tanner is a triceratops, and she has like strawberries for the horns. And I did mine in a pink sparkle. So it turned out just so cute. I just love this little thing. It's so cute. I figure that's going to be one of the grandkid giveaways too. They can come hang out with that and figure out if they want the tanner. I think I'd probably do a next one a little bit better. She seems a little floppy, like in the neck and stuff, but it wasn't very difficult to do once you get the hang of it. And if you use that, this chenille, it seems to hide any kind of errors in stitches. It really hides things really well. This is this chenille was from Hobby Lobby, and they make this one that is a little less bulky than some of the other ones that I've seen. And I think it was a little easier for me to manage because historically I tend to knit and crochet on small needles and small hooks. Like it's nothing for me to knit on size zeros. Yeah, I can understand. I didn't think I would want to either, but then all of a sudden I just wanted to make one. I wanted to make a successful one. And once I get it in my head that I'm going to be able to do something, I'm going to do it. And I'm just going to keep doing it until I can do it. I just refuse to not be able to do it. That's how it was with mountain biking. I was like, there's a lot of people that can mountain bike, and I'm going to learn how to do that. So I'm the only girl in my group that goes, but I still have a lot of fun, and I'm keeping up a lot better than I did 2 years ago. Mostly because I stopped looking down and looking over the cliffs as I just stare at my front tire, so that way I don't get nervous. Yeah, I just pretend that I'm on the road and this is nothing, no big deal. You just don't want them. I understand. It's like I didn't either, and I've been doing mostly wearables and knitting for my granddaughter. I have a granddaughter. It's a year and a half old, and since she's been born, I've made her a lot of sweaters and raglan sweaters mostly, and some Nordic sweaters, and I just love doing that stuff for little kids. I don't much love the grown-up sweaters because it takes so long, but little kid sweaters, man, they're just awesome. I can see you, Liz. I'm sorry he did that to you. I didn't even know it was on because I can't even see it on my side. And why, I don't know. Let's see here. So we'll figure out how to use this thing to where I want to teach it only to get rid of mean people. How about that? Maybe. I mean, there has to be a way to turn that off, though, or set some sort of tolerance. If not, I'm not going to use it. At least we got it all set up and we know how to do stuff now. It's like I haven't set up restream, so we'll have to see. I guess I don't really need it if I hit the tolerance over here, which I don't know if I will for a while. So we'll figure it out then. Yeah, I do. I haven't even set anything up yet. I'll have to figure out how to do that too. I don't know if I know how to do that either. Let's see. Me and my channel. That might work. Oh, it's so much easier to see on YouTube. I was looking at it from the other thing from the StreamYard. I don't know why I didn't do that to start with. She's back. So in future ones, we'll do some things where we have other people up and do that sort of thing. And like I say, we're just playing around. Now she won't get in trouble, I don't think. I logged right out of that bad boy because at least I remembered how to do it. It's a separate website. It's not like on the StreamYard. So I went in there and did it and put my channel in there. And I guess what happens is when you go live, it just automatically engages. And I didn't even realize that it was doing that. Oh, thank you, Liz. That's it for Jackie. That'd be awesome. Jackie's channel is very nice and calm and soothing, and I really enjoy being over there. Um, I like channels like that. She's awesome. And Charlotte puts out a good video. Liz does. I mean, like there's so many talented people in this community. It's amazing. Like I didn't know how to do lives all that well, but I knew how to make videos and edit. I can edit like there's nobody's business, but I just never had planned on doing lives. Maybe I'll try to do a bike ride live one of these days, but then I'll curse, so maybe not. Because I talk to myself when I'm riding, and that's so cool. I'm learning. I'm an old dog. I can learn new tricks. I figure I'll bring Tinkerbell with me every time I go live, and she can hang out with me. My little Tucker, but I'll call it Tinkerbell. Yeah, it's like it's like my husband like always makes excuses. He goes, she was in the Marine Corps. She doesn't even realize it's a bad word. And I was like, you're right, but I'm getting much better. I don't. But when I'm on my bicycle and I'm scared, I tend to like say awful things. I have one video up there I call the decapitation one because we were on a trail I'd never been on, and there was a limb hanging down on an old like scrub oak, and this thing, I hit it full force with my head, and it threw me off that bike. And that was the only time I've ever laid on the ground writhing because I thought I had broken something, but I didn't. I was able to get back up, but I got a stinger. Yeah, I can. I can beep it when I'm in the video, but if I did it live, I couldn't. So, especially if I can't not touching anything. I have a helmet, a full face helmet that I ride and that I wear, and I put a camera mount on the chin because when you ride and you got the camera mount on the bike, the bouncing makes it really like you get like sick from it, like watching it. But if it's on the chin, you don't, and it keeps it really smooth. So that might be the way to do it. I gotta go watch on HGTV. There's a I'm obsessed with French chateaus, and there's a couple in France, and this young girl inherited her grandfather's chateau, and I've been watching them redo it now for a couple years, and they got picked up by HGTV. So I guess that's probably already started. I think it started on like the 29th or something. So I have to go out there and look for it. And so if you got HGTV, you might look for it. It's a young couple in France. I don't know what you guys watch on YouTube, but if I'm not watching like knitting or crocheting or whatever, I'm generally either watching court cases or I'm watching um, DIY stuff in other countries with old buildings. Hey, Becky, how are you? Thanks for coming in. I sure appreciate it. I don't know if you guys watch Liz during the day, but she does a lot during the day, and I enjoy that because it breaks up my day when I'm sitting here waiting for the boy to finish doing what he's doing with some of the things he does online. And I can't leave the room because then he'll get up and leave the room, so I have to find something to occupy my time, and I like listening to Liz do her lives. I think I'll go to 5:45 and then I'll buzz on out of here. But I just wanted to work on this, and I thought, well, if I'm going to work on it, maybe I could work on it and talk to other people at the same time. Oh, do you like true crime? I love true crime. I'm going to miss my true crime group tonight. I have a true crime group that I participate in, and it's been going on for years. And um, we get together and we look at court cases, and then we look at all the documentation behind old court cases, and it's really fun. And we do book reviews on true crime, and it's just pretty cool. Well, there's a group, and they meet on Friday night and chill is when they generally do it. But I'll miss it tonight. But It's called Danny After Dark, Dani After Dark, and she is a really fun girl. I know her personally. We've met each other, and she lives in Boston, and she just does a really good job of reporting in on current cases that are going on. In another life, I was a director in a big mortgage banking operation, and after I kind of stopped doing that after about almost 20 years, I guess. Uh, I still would get called to be expert witnesses in trials for contract law and stuff like that. And it was really fun to do that. I learned a lot about court procedures, and I find it really fascinating. And I've been on two juries and been a jury foreman on one. So that was really interesting to see how that all works. But yeah, it's fun stuff. I never tried to get out of jury duty. I just go because I figure if I get accused of something and I'm on trial, I want to have somebody that cares enough to be there and not just trying to get out of it. I'd like somebody that actually would care about doing it. Oh my gosh, the Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow case. That one's really close to home for me because, all our family's from Utah, and there's a lot of LDS Mormons in Arizona as well. And here's the little thing: it's like one of our children's boyfriends was friends with Chad Daybell's kids, so it's kind of strange. But anything that has to do with like culty stuff and Mormonism in particular, I get really interested in because it's hard to understand that case if you don't have a little bit of background in it. And that Ruby Frankie one, that was another one that I was really invested in because it was so much church stuff in it, and it's interesting. And Lori Daybell just got done with her last trial for conspiracy to commit murder with her husband, and she was found guilty. She had nothing to lose. She's already serving 3 life sentences for killing her kids, but now she's at least Charles got some justice. I agree with you. She should just, and there's one more trial. She is a waste. It's like there's one more trial. She's going to be on trial for conspiracy to attempted murder of Brandon Boudreaux, her niece's ex-husband. Um, and so she should just admit that she did it and just go back to Utah and go back to Idaho and go to prison. The next one I'll be interested in is the Koberger trial. And that's the students that were killed in Idaho. But you never know what's going to happen in these trials. I mean, jury trials so unpredictable. I've been on the witness side, and you just never know who they're going to believe. I did most of my trials in Minneapolis, but I've also done a trial in Kansas City, Missouri as well. Yeah, yeah. There's some crazy stuff that goes on out there, and believe it or not, that's probably where we'll end up retiring in St. George, where Lori Vallow was stomping around. But Utah's kind of like a family thing, It's my husband grew up a lot of his life out there. His dad was a professor out there, and just his uncle was a governor, and it's a crazy life. But it's a lot cheaper in California, and I don't think I can afford to stay here. Not in retirement, anyway. And it's funny, he's talking about going to St. George, and it's kind of funny because he's looking at it through his eyes today that he can go out there and mountain bike, and he doesn't realize by the time we go out there, we're probably going to be too old to be doing that stuff. Oh, cool. And my husband went to BYU, and then he went to University of Utah for his graduate degree, and his dad was a professor at BYU for like 42 years or something. He had a degree in kinesiology, his dad did, which I always thought was really interesting. I think he taught half of Utah how to ski. Well, it's not so hard to live out there now. It's like it's not as orthodox as I call it as it used to be. There's a lot of different kinds of people living out there now. So I don't think it'll be too hard to make friends, but you never know. If I don't like it, I ain't staying. Let's put it that way. I've told them. Oh, were you? That's amazing. That temple's so beautiful. I love that temple. Salt Lake City Temple. I think my husband's first marriage was in the Provo Temple, the birthday cake. We're not Mormon anymore, but still have all of our family is. So I think that Koberger thing is going to go down in a slam because I think they've got a lot of evidence that we don't know about, and I think that they are going to get crucified. But that's just my opinion. Prosecutors got a lot of stuff that they haven't disclosed yet because they only have to disclose exculpatory evidence. They don't have to disclose anything. It doesn't help them with an alibi. So I think they've got a lot of stuff. And they have not taken the death penalty off the table, even though he wants to. Well, I hope you found the right path for you, Bela, because it was certainly the right path for us. We make jokes and say that we're Mormons in recovery. I think everybody's got to find their path. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I sure appreciate you guys coming in. I haven't done a long one before, and it was awesome. And I so appreciate the support. You guys are so cool. Give me a like when you leave, maybe. And then hopefully you guys can join us over on Jackie's channel in a little bit. We're going to do this Highland cow. The cow is on Etsy. You can get a pattern there. If you, and we'll show you where it's at. I'll give a link and all that stuff. And maybe we can get some more people to join us because it won't be finished tonight. This will probably take several sessions on Friday nights to get done. So hopefully you might be able to join us. And if you don't want to make one, at least watch and enjoy some good conversation. So anyway, until later, a biento. See you soon.